So what you're saying is it's not enough. Just write it off like a prescription drug. You've been fussing how we never touch, but who can bother with this kind of fussing when we've been walking this blind, frustrated, outdated, what's on your mind?
I just wanted to make a small video about these crazy travel days we have. We booked a hotel tonight in Chefchaouen, Morocco, and we woke up in Malaga, Spain. We have no tickets for the bus, we have no tickets for the taxis, we're just making it up as we go. Right now we are on the ferry across the Straits of Gibraltar over to Morocco. And I hope you can hear this, because there's loud engine noises from the ship we're on.
You have coffee on your nose. Ooh, we almost got sucked into buying a more expensive ferry ticket by a guy who was like, oh, you need tickets? Follow me. But we knew the price online, and we're like, no, it's too expensive. So we walked away and found another place to get the right price. So once we get off the boat, we'll still technically be in Spain, which was cool. I didn't know that Spain had a territory on the edge of Morocco.
Yeah, there's a bit of Spain on the other side of the Mediterranean.
Pretty cool.
For this time, all on the line. Try trading me places, what would you find?
So we just got to our Airbnb in Morocco, and it is fantastic.
It is wonderful. And this is going to be our home for the next 7 days.
Check out the view. First thing our Airbnb host did is they made us an entire pot of mint tea.
That we had to finish it. So our hostess of our Airbnb is this cute little mom named Fatima, and she only speaks Arabic and French. Yeah. So, and we just came from a place where we only spoke Spanish, so now we're going to start trying to practice French.
I'm just gonna give a little tour of the house. This is our patio. This is our little kitchen and bathroom. And down these tiny stairs. This is our little living room. And this is our little bedroom. This place is the best Airbnb find we could have asked for. Everywhere in Morocco, they always call their mint tea Moroccan whiskey. And they kind of make a little bit of a joke out of it because most of Morocco is a dry country. And they're like, oh, would you like some whiskey? Some Moroccan whiskey? And then they pour you some tea. This is our first day exploring Chefchaouen.
The Blue City.
Been walking this blind, frustrated, outdated, what's on your mind? So what you're saying is it's not enough. Just write it off like a prescription drug.
Got him. They just chained him to the wall. They have really little wrists back then. Oh wait, hold on. Just kidding. They'd need smaller manacles for me, I think. Or I would pretend that I was caught, and then when they weren't looking, I'd slip out and run away. It was built in 1471. It's very old. It used to be a house, but there's also prison cells. And
we're gonna shackle up Morgan and leave her here.
And there's like an art gallery with a bunch of cool informative plaques, but they're all either in French or Arabic.
This museum is everything but English.
So we're just walking around. It's got some great views from the tower.
Here we are in a shoe store in Chefchaouen.
Marhaban is welcome. Marhaban into city Chefchaouen.
On the road again. Austin and Morgan on the road again. Austin and Morgan in Chefchaouen. You might be wondering why I brought you here. This is the rare place in the world where blue houses grow. They start out as little tiny dog houses and then grow into blue sheds where then they can prosper and bloom into a full blue house.
Shut up. Look how clear the water is. I think it's mostly clean because it comes straight out of the mountain right above us.
So most of our day is actually filled with like chores. For example, today we got up, found a cobbler to fix my leather shoes, and we just found a seamstress to fix some of the holes in our clothing.
We just walked into a store that they sold dresses, and there was a guy sitting there on a sewing machine, and I showed him the hole. They didn't, no English. I showed him the hole in my pants. They're like, yeah.
Fix it right up for us.
I was like, how much? He's like, 20. $2.
This was us packed in there with a whole bunch of locals.
Yeah, we had to come to the local part of town to find where they fix clothes.
Our days in Chefchaouen have been so relaxing and easy and nice, but not today. Today we're hiking a mountain.
Prescription drug.
We made it to the top of I Don't Know Mountain.
Oh, no, let me find the name.
You want to find the name first?
Yeah. Welcome to the Jebel El Kila summit, right above Chefchaouen.
We spent this morning hiking up here, and it turned out to be like a 4-hour hike to the top.
Yeah.
Chefchaouen is the city way down there. And over behind us in the other direction, that is the Mediterranean Sea.
Now we gotta walk back down.
I was leading the group, and I told them to follow me, and I'm like, we're gonna have to bushwhack the rest of the way up this hill. I took 2 steps forward and immediately fell on my face. Ouch! So now I'm no longer leading.
So I led the rest of the way up. We finally made it straight down the mountain. Thanks to Coralie and Victor for trusting our trail finding skills. Yeah, we got a little lost, but we made it down. It's only 3 o'clock, maybe we'll see the sunset.
Boom, 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 boom. Here we are at Chefchaouen, watching the sunrise.
We brought coffee.
So what you're saying is it's not enough. Just write it off like a prescription drug. You've been fussing how we never touch, but who can bother with this kind of fussing when we've been walking this blind? Frustrated, outdated, what's on your mind? Drove for this time, all on the line. Try trading me places, what would you find? When we've been walking this blind, frustrated.
That was the sunrise.
Yay.
Morgan's actually excited, I promise.
I'm just blinded. That's
Yeah. Time to go have some Moroccan tea.
Breakfast.
To get that shot, we had to hike up our own blanket and coffees so we could sit there long enough. That took like an hour and a half to make that time lapse.
It's okay. We listened to podcasts and I was all bundled up and happy.
One of the locals said he has never seen a time lapse like that before, which means that not that many other people do that. Chefchaouen was actually painted blue by the Jewish people that used to live here back in like the 1400s, and they would add indigo pigment to their whitewash, and that was kind of to differentiate themselves from the rest of the Islamic cities, because the rest of the Islamic cities would have green painted buildings, so they would paint all their buildings here in Chefchaouen blue. And then it became a tourist attraction, and now I think that they paint their buildings blue excessively to attract people to come here. Painting the houses blue, painting the houses blue. What do we do in Chefchaouen? We paint the houses blue. Our last night in Chefchaouen, we hiked all the way up to the Spanish Mosque here to see the sunset.
We loved our time here in Chefchaouen. We are sad to leave, but tomorrow we'll see Fez.
We need to figure out how to get to Fez.
We'll find a bus.
Are you okay, Morgan? Don't cry.
Oh,
Please don't cry.
okay. All right. Okay.
It's okay. On my shoulder.
Okay.
So, Morgan, what's your favorite food? Moroccan food, since we've been in Morocco.
Olives. I did not like olives until we entered Spain, and then something clicked and I was like, ooh, I like olives now. So as soon as we got into Morocco, we saw how many olive trees were here. I was like, we need to have some olives.
Not because I didn't try to make her like olives. I did, a lot, in South America. But in Spain is when she decided to.
I don't know, they all of a sudden taste good.
You can lead a goat to water, but you can't make it drink. Horse.
On your mind. So what you're saying is it's not enough. Just write it off like a prescription drug.
I just had the best bath at the local hammam. Me and my French friend Victor went to the local hammam where we walked in and half of the day is dedicated to men, because there's only one room, and the other half of the day is dedicated for women. And when we got there, it was just about the end of the guy's turn, so there was like no one in the bathhouse. Walked in, we paid 15 dirham, $1.50. Got a little glove. It feels like sandpaper, and you just put it over your hand, and you just scrub yourself down with it. Got some of the green, brown, blackish soap, and walked on in. On the inside, their first room is like a cool room. It's big, long, tiled room. Second room is like a medium temperature, and the third room is really hot with a nice warm floor, and they have hot buckets of water around. And you walk in, grab a bucket of water, hot water, one bucket of cold water, and you take the green brown soap, which I don't have any of, and you slather it all over yourself, and it's supposed to like exfoliate your skin. So you just leave this green brown soap right on your skin for like 20 minutes, and then you come by with your sandpaper glove and you vigorously scrub all of the dead skin off of yourself, or you have some other guy scrub you. And there was other guys like laying flat on the ground, and some other guys over there scrubbing him, or they flip him around, they scrub all of you. Everyone's in their underwear. And then you take the buckets of water and you just have yourself a bucket shower. And usually this takes anywhere from like 45 minutes, because you're going from the hot room to the medium room to the cold room. Because if you get too hot, but you don't want to get out of the bath, you just go cool off for a second, grab a couple breaths, come back, lay back on the tile hot floor, and you just keep on scrubbing yourself. It was a lot of fun. We met a Berber man who spoke a little bit of English, and he came in, saw that we were shampooing and using the scrubber normally. You have to leave the brown soap on your skin and then scrub yourself 20 minutes later. Oh, but I had a very different experience than Morgan's experience.
So Coralie and I actually went last night. The boys went this morning, and last night it was very different. I even did like my research online to make sure that we were prepared, and we we walked into the hammam, and I knew that like you had to get a scrubber, but I thought we could buy it there. But none of the women there, they only spoke a little bit of French, so Coralie could understand them. Well, when we first got there, they charged us 30 dirham, which I thought was a little higher than online suggested, and it was confirmed. I kind of thought that maybe we were being overpriced, and then they offered a massage for like 150 dirham, which is only $15, but online they suggested that it should be a lot cheaper. Then once we got in, the ladies, they were trying to help us, and they kept offering to give us massages and scrubs, and we're like, no, like we're okay. There were at least 50 women in there, and there were kids running around like butt naked, and the moms had them on their lap and they'd scrub them. And there was like a line for the hot water, so you put your bucket in this cluster of all the other buckets, and one lady is like scooping all the hot water into the bucket, so we had to wait a while for the water. And then one of the ladies tried to charge us. She said like, oh, it's 20 dirham for the water, and we're like, but we already paid, like, I don't know. And then eventually we like just got our water, and we didn't have the scrubber, so we just kind of like rubbed the soap on us, rinsed off, and hung out for a little bit and then left. I thought they would be more, I guess, friendly and helpful. I just kind of felt like they were trying to wring us out of our money, which was unfortunate. But now we have our own scrubber, so next time I go I can scrub myself and it'll be fine. We still have a couple more cities that I'll try the hammam again. But I think Austin might go again tonight. He liked it. So that's our hammam experience.